Okay. So I'm still in the process of fixing some of the textures on the salesman, but I did get him rigged last time, so now he actually has like a pose that isn't just like an A pose. I do want to still fix his hands because they are nasty. But I think for today, what I want to do is actually get some lights in here because I'm not quite done with the block out of the house that I want to do. That'll be tomorrow's stream where I'll finish this block out and then start modeling it. Basically, this whole row of houses is just going to be an infinite stretch of this one prefab that I'm going to make here. But for today, I think what I'm going to do is actually model some lampposts. Just kind of quick and dirty. And then just place it in the level. See if I can get some good lighting that makes the salesman look creepy. But that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. So let's do cylinder. We don't need 32. Let's do like, I could probably get away with 6 if I'm being perfectly honest with you, but I'll do 10. I lied. I'm going to do 12. That way I can actually get a decent divide so I have uh clear cuts from left and right. So let me do this. And I think, what's the first thing I want to do? Man, it's a shame I don't remember how to, is it bevel? That's not exactly what I was looking for, but that actually works because I was going to do that anyways. So let me bring these faces up. How big is like the base of one of those old lampposts? Probably only like 2 feet. So this is 2 meters. I don't really think I need it to be 2 meters, to be honest. I probably select this whole thing and scale it on the X and Y. Maybe more like 1 meter. Even that's a little large, but that should be fine. I want this to be scaled in a bit. So let me get this scale more like here and then down. Yeah. Now this is where I wish I had Daryl who's been teaching me because I'm trying to remember how to. Oh, insert face. What is the shortcut for insert? I should probably learn the shortcuts for that, but cool. I got it. It's fine. And then I'll just extrude this up. Maybe that bit further down. And then is it just I? That'd be nice. It is I. Cool. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I say as I am absolutely winging it. Then another one, probably about that thickness. We're just gonna shoot this way up. Let's do like here. Now I could either do just a straight lamppost, but I kind of want to do one that curves outwards. So let me actually grab a reference image for that real quick. Let me see. Is it not from the 50s? Am I misremembering what street lamps look like? I don't know what they're called. Here, I'm gonna pull this on stream because this might take a second longer than I thought it was actually going to. What is this what is this type of lamppost called? Oh, cool. It's just in a collection. Fantastic. Can we do like hanging lamppost? Yeah, one of these is more what I was thinking. Let me do. Do you have any other designs? I guess I can just do this. This is cool. Actually, I'll do. No, I don't like that actually. I think I'll stick. I think I'll stick to this. Is it Tuscan? Tuscan lamppost? Is that what they're called? I actually have no real concept. This would also be cool. Okay, I actually might do this instead. I know I'm so indecisive. Oh, I just realized I've been hitting my number pad, so I switched up my character. I need to bind them to something else, I think, at some point, because I use my I use my number keys for like everything actually. So it's actually not great for me. But anyways, I think I want to do one of these. So let's go back to Blender. I'm actually gonna extrude it further up. Actually, nope, not extrude. Just do this. And how thick is this at the moment? Still pretty wide, but I don't think it'll appear that way in game. So I'm going to add a little topper to it. So insert, grab Z, and then I'm just going to do it again. Extrude, scale. And I'm just going to kind of do the opposite where I do this. And I'm actually going to use the active element because what I want to do is make this. I keep forgetting I'm not in in Unity, so I'm messing with my own controls. So what I'm gonna do. Oh, I can't do. Okay. So what I was gonna do was scale it in based off the active element. I don't think it has a face either, so I can't scale it to the face. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball it. Um, Actually, this might look better if I essentially just do a little diamond. Yeah, okay. And then from there, we're going to grab these faces. Nope, faces. Why are you not getting selected? Well, okay. Skill issue on my part. So we're going to grab all these faces. We're going to put in a loop cut. That's not loop cut, dummy. Control R. And we're just going to put in a loop cut, I think, here. And I should probably actually have put in another one. And then also here. Then we're going to take the maybe x-axis. Ooh, okay. So I actually might have messed up by making it have 12 faces. Because I don't think I was thinking of the consequences of my actions. Is there a way... Oh, God. Josh, what you doing? The animals are fighting. As per usual. This is going to be a learning moment because I actually don't know how to do this. We do cylinder size.
Josh.
Vertices. Decrease cylinder vertices render.
All you have to do is press the F9 key and that menu will reappear and you can change the amount of vertices.
Okay. Hopefully that works. F9? Nope. Womp womp. That kind of sucks. Oh my God. Josh, come here. Come here. Stop yelling at your brother. He's just playing in the laundry like a weirdo. Come here. This dog is staring me down. Josh, come here. He's just sitting there. He's literally just sitting there, taking it, but still crying about it. Animal. This was relatively easy. Should I just start again, or is there actually a way for me to do this? Okay, I see F6, so maybe let's do that. If this doesn't work, oh my God. Josh, come here. Come here. Come lay down. Weirdo. You a little freak. Where'd you go? Josh, come here. Come lay down. Why are you staring at me like a weirdo? Come here. Do not go back over there. Okay. Oh, that works. Okay, I forgot his bed's out here. Whatever, dude. I don't know why he's like this. So, I'm gonna make... the decision just to delete everything. I'm gonna start again. This is unfortunate, but like I really would prefer having this start easier instead of me extruding more edges than I need to. So I'm actually just going to do this. And we're just going to start again. And this will be an opportunity for me to do this quicker. Oop, did not select all of them. God damn. Let's do face bottom up to 0. Let's make it exactly 1 so it's actually even. Then we're going to take this, we're going to we're going to shrink in a little bit. About there. Actually, I might be able to, is it B to bevel? No. I don't know what. I actually don't know what the bevel shortcut is. I should probably learn that, to be honest. But anyways, we're gonna bevel it. Whoa, oh, because I have everything selected. Amount. All right. We're gonna bevel this. Do I have to grab the vertices instead? Is that what I did last time? This kind of just worked last time. I don't actually know why it's not working now. Alright. That's weird. Oh, it's because I gotta drag up. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. Drag this whole thing down. Of course. We're gonna go 3. We're gonna add these back. G, Z, and maybe like here just to form the base. And now we can actually... Wow, that's really all it's going to give me. You can't give me like a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Let's do about here, and then we're just going to extrude this up. To about here. And then we're just going to bevel it again. To here. Just going to keep repeating this process. I think that'll be small enough. And we're going to extrude this like all the way up to like here. And then from here, I think I want to start, just get ready for this. And then I'm actually going to do here, because what I want to do is now grab this entire loop, scale, nope, got to do that. Oh, is it on active element? It is on active element. It should not be on active element for this. We're just going to scale this out a little bit because I want this to have that like ring shape to it. I'm going to go back here. And then I think we're just going to do that little diamond that I did earlier because I liked that. I'm going to go here. I think this will be the end. And then I'm going to add 2 loop cuts to it. I'm going to do about here, I think. I could actually probably put it more about there. Well, no, because I want, yeah, no, I'll put it there. And then this first one, I'm going to scale to about here. And this one just a little bit less. And then this top one, I'm going to scale down to like almost nothing. Actually, don't. I am going to scale it to nothing. I want to make sure auto merge is on first, because I want this to be a single vertex, so I'm not wasting a bunch of faces. But I can just scale this way, way down. And hopefully, nope, not yet. That should now be a single point, and I can test that by just doing this. And wiggling it. Cool. So now we got our lamppost. And then from here, if I can remember which side it is, yeah. From here, I'm actually going to grab and extrude this face. So I'm going to do it in the X direction. I'm going to start with this. I think actually what I want to do is Shift Y. And maybe do this. Let me pull up my reference image again. Uh-oh. It reloaded? Uh-oh. No, here it is. Okay. So that just goes straight out, kind of tapers. So actually, we're not. I'm going to undo that. And we're going to move it, locked on the X. Why did you do that? What the? Whoa. Oh, it's not extruded. That's why. Teehee. We're going to go about here. And then what we're going to do, how do I want to go about this? I could add another cylinder. Oh, I shouldn't have moved it. Oops. Actually, no, I want this to be... I want this to be one object. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a random cylinder that's not there. Okay, whatever. So we're actually going to do that again. We're going to add cylinder because I want to turn it down to just like 6. And we are going to do a triangle fan, since this one will more than likely need it. And then we're just going to scale this whole thing down to about here. And now what I want to do, if it will let me, let me go into vertices. I'm going to add a loop cut to it. We're actually just going to, I think, add several. So let me undo. Let me do factor of 0 and do like 4. I could have done less. Let's do 3. 2? 2. All right. And we're going to just grab this guy. Oh, wait, did it bend it? Am I tripping? I might have been tripping, but I'm gonna redo that anyways just to be safe. It just occurred to me that I'm switching my guy again because I'm using my number pad. Oh well. Skill issue on my part. I'll get used to it eventually. So, now that I've done this, I want to grab this object. I should probably put it in see-through mode so I can actually get all of it. We're going to move this up. And now we're literally just going to move this here. And pray that it auto-merges. Which it didn't because this face is too small. So actually, again, we're going to select this and we're going to scale it to about here. We're just going to move it close again. And I'm just going to literally keep doing this until this works. Is there a better way to do this? Most likely. However, I am delusional. And I'm going to stay delusional. Alright, so those look like they merged. Let's test. Sure did. It doesn't look like the other one merged, which is weird because that shouldn't have... It should be scaled. Or should be positioned, rather. Let's do G Shift Z 0. And that should center it. Then we're just going to keep scaling it a little bit more. And we're going to just plop it right here. And if I'm lucky, it should just merge right here. And I'm pretty sure it did on all of them. Yep, cool. That was probably a little more tedious than I needed it to be, but I'm a silly little guy. I'm sorry, what the? Okay, that was weird. Oh, it's inside the camera, that's why. Anyways, let me pull up this image. So it has another one of those little diamonds. So it has a little ball and then a diamond. I think I'm just gonna stick with the diamond because I don't really need to do all that. So let's go to edge mode, grab all these, move them down to about here. Maybe move this up instead. I think I'm actually gonna, yeah, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna move them up, this up, instead of moving the rest down. So I'm gonna do that, and now I'm gonna grab this loop, and ooh, not that way. I'm gonna do this, and then that should be good. And then from here, we're just gonna kind of take this face, or faces, I'm going to bring it down just a tad. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete the faces. And I'm going to select these vertices. And I'm going to extrude. Actually, I should do downwards first and then S Shift Z and just fan it out. And I actually want that to be much lower and much wider. So maybe a bit more like here and then here. And then I think from the same vertices, I'm going to take this and I'm going to extrude again on the Z. We're going to do just, ooh, that's too far. We're going to bring it to just about under. Actually, I want to do maybe just below it. And then again, extrude down. And I'm going to scale Shift Z 0. Maybe not. Do I want to do 0? Actually, don't know what. I take it back. And I take it back because I want that to be a little bit rounder. So actually, I think what I'm going to do is still scale Shift Z, but instead do this. And then ooh, is this going to fill? Okay. I actually don't know how to place a... Can I place a vertex? Vertex. Can I just like place a vertex where this is? Or I guess what I can do actually is do this, neglect it, and because now I'm doing median point, so now when I do scale 0, it just goes right there. And so I should just be able to do that 2 more times. I didn't realize I had 2 selected. Oops. That's 0. And then 1 more time. There genuinely might be a better way to do this. If there is, I'm unaware of it. But that should get me what I want. Oh, actually, first I should probably subdivide. And then now I have a vertex in the middle. Ooh, but this vertex is only... Well, I can just do it again. We're just going to do that as well. So just subdivide and subdivide. And now these should auto merge, but they didn't. So we're just going to select them and just scale S again. And now they should all be, and they're still not. Interesting. We're just going to keep doing it until it works. And you can't stop me, actually. I guess I can make this a little easier on myself by moving this one, selecting this one, and scale 0. Congrats, they've auto-merged. That was more complicated than I needed to be honest. But it is what it is. That's not where I wanted it. Now we're just going to fill these in and have them be triangles so they're nice. Because Daryl would yell at me if I had n-gons on this thing for how simple it was. So we're not going to do n-gons. We're going to do this. How round does that look from a distance? Not very. So I'm going to actually take this, move it up, and maybe scale. Did that grab them all? Yeah, it did. It's kind of off, though. Oh, I know why. Hee hee. I didn't switch back to median point. That's probably one of my biggest weaknesses is just remembering that, like, when I switch modes, that I actually do have to switch it back. Because otherwise things get wonky and weird. Okay. And that might look a little sharp up close, but from a distance, I think that rounds out nicely. And luckily for me, I shouldn't really have to do too much texture-wise with this thing. Because all I really should have to do is grab all of these. And actually, do I know what, before I do this? I'm going to be smart. And I'm going to add an edge loop, like right here. Because that means I can mark this as a seam instead. And that'll make things look a decent bit better. And we're going to shade this smooth. Is there anything here that we want sharp? I don't know that we do. I think everything will look... Yeah, I think it'll look better not having it sharp. So, I think I'm good because I can now do the actual materials in Engine instead of actually doing them here, because it's just dark black metal and then an emissive. So I have cap block on. Lol. Lamau. Alright. Lamppost. And we're going to export it and make sure I use the correct... So selected object and only the mesh. And I think we're good. So let's do that. We're going to open up Engine. And we're just going to slide one of these in here. I didn't mean to open up that. Oops. Now, if I can remember where I put it, it's in Documents, I believe. So, lamppost. Let's just... I'm just going to slap it into art for a moment. How big is this? That is quite large. I think this whole thing... Oh, it also scaled weirdly. Here, if I can export again. I'm trying to remember. I believe it's apply transform. We're going to see if I'm wrong in a moment. Because this issues whenever you go from... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Whenever you go from Unity or from Blender to Unity, some things just kind of get messed up. I think what I want to do is I think at the bare minimum, X and Z, I think this could be thinner. I think it also could be shorter. I think if I just do that, because this guy is already something along the lines of like 8 feet tall. I don't need it that much bigger. Yeah. And now we're going to make this a prefab. If I can remember how to do prefabs, I think I should just do prefab. Yeah. So let's remove this. We're going to go make some new materials. So first thing is that we want to grab all these and we're going to put them in, I can't spell, the salesman folder because I want this to be a bit more organized. Create folder, environment. Also, I should not have this just sitting here. This should be in models. But anyways, we're going to create a new material. We're going to make this almost black. And we're going to make it, I think, about 0.4 on the shiny. And we're going to name this lamppost. And I should probably follow conventions M lamppost. And then we're just going to do another one, but instead, it's going to be lamppost light. And this one is actually just going to be an emissive. Now, if my artist friends were here, they might just tell me to actually make a texture. But they aren't. And therefore, they have to suffer with me simply doing my own thing. So I think I'm going to put it at like here. And now, let's go back to the prefab that we created. And we're going to assign some materials. Ooh, do I want to make that double-sided? Let me actually go back. Unfortunately, we do have to re-import this. So let's go models, lamppost. And how do I do this? I think it's, is it Control N? No. Shift N? No. Okay, whatever. So object. Let's see if I can remember this off the top of my head. What I'm looking for is normals. Apply. No. Hmm. It wasn't in edit mode, was it? Okay. I might need a moment because I don't remember how to actually recalculate my normals. And that'd be kind of obnoxious. And also, unfortunately for me, I think what I might have to do is add another, what, 6 triangles so that this has an interior. Is it This is gonna drive me insane. Can I just help? Where's the search bar? Normals. No. Am I losing it? I guess I'm just gonna have to look through this because I don't think I have anyone in the chat to kind of make fun of me at the moment. Hmm. Well, Google is our friend. Recalculate normals, Blender. Mesh menu, normals, recalculate. Okay, it's in the mesh. Mesh, normals. Okay, cool. Recalculate outside. And then we're going to export it again. Doop, doop, doop. All right, third time's the charm. Ooh, no, it is not. And I think what I should do is I think it will just be easier, genuinely, if I take these and then extrude, shift. Wait, I think I extruded it for good. Extrude the. Let me actually get a better angle on this. So this whole thing, extrude down, scale inwards. We're going to move this back up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to basically attach this to this. So we're actually going to go back to the active element. We're going to scale on the Z and just hit 0. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Actually, what we're going to do is wait, isn't that what I hit? Am I stupid? Oh, well, it's because it's currently in. Yeah, it's outside. So I got to deselect this. And I got to find a good angle for this. I guess just here. So I got to scale these on the Z and not have it on the active element. because I am smarter than that, I swear. There we go. And there we go. And that should be fine. Now we're going to recalculate normals again, just to make sure that everything is cool and good. And then now we can export. And after this model, I want to start trying to remember to not export to a separate folder and then drag it in, but just export it here into Unity because that will save space on my PC. So now oh, it's because we're going to do this. We're going to set everything to 0. Keep forgetting that I have stuff to the wrong one. I'm going to shrink this back down to like 0.8. And then this is what we're going to put in the prefabs. We're going to bring it back out. We're going to go into this prefab. And now, hopefully, that we've done all that, we can give that material. Hey, guess who's a silly guy and didn't do his UVs? It's me. I shouldn't have to do UVs, though. There should be marked as a seam, correct? It is marked as a seam, which is weird. I've never actually had that happen before. Oh, don't I think I need to do, and I don't believe that Daryl ever made this explicit. But what I think is happening let me go into faces. Is if I assign these, just make this black. And then, yeah. One moment. Is this acting weird? I feel like that's acting as if it's on the outside. I'm just gonna play with it for a second. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. Josh, why?
Why are you a bitch?
Real. Alright, it should be fine. Actually, don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, now that I'm thinking about it, it's gonna be really annoying to get in there. Okay. I'm gonna go to faces, and we're going to hopefully get all these. And we're actually going to delete these faces. Oh, it definitely didn't. How would I... You don't know what? We're gonna do this. Oh, I did get rid of them. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So we're all set there. I might need to recalculate normals one more time just to be extra super safe. Am I stupid? Why is it? Oh, because I'm not hitting A. Hee hee. Recalculate outside. And now... Oh, there's some Z fighting there. It shouldn't really matter because they'll be the same texture. But that's not great. Okay, now we can export again. Yippee! I'm sorry, is that import? I don't want to import. Hold up. All right, mesh, selected objects, everything should be fine. Export. Models, delete, and lamppost, and just, yep, it did bring in its materials. We do not want you bringing in your materials. Please and thank you. And then in this prefab, we're gonna change this because I think it's now referencing the old one when it should be referencing this. Or not. Who knows? Anyways, they're both there. But I'm just gonna make sure. Because I don't want to deal with errors ever. Yeah, because I'm lazy. So I deal with them ahead of time. Sometimes. If I'm smart enough. God, I have to switch back to actually using Unity again. Alright. And one more time. Prefabs. You. Yeah, getting dragged. And now, hopefully, if I'm not a silly guy, which I tend to be, perfect. Now we actually, for real this time, have our lamppost. So now that we got that, what the? Why are you blue? That's weird. Anyways. Now we're going to add a point light to this. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to, not point light, spotlight. I'm just going to grab this spotlight here. And I'm just going to paste it. And I'll set this to 0 initially, just all of it. We're going to rotate this down 90 degrees. And we'll just place it here. Ish. Here, what if I do that? Perfect. And that looks pretty good to me. I might extend that a little bit outwards. So let me do, that's the inner angle. Let me do outer angle a little bit more. And I think that there's my spotlight. I keep saying spotlight. Also, I hit my stupid little yippee autism guy. I don't have anything to yap about right now that's worthy of my yippee autism guy. All right. So this is a test scene, so I don't know how much I want to really spend here. I am I do want to place it in here. And I'll just put it at 2.5, sure. And I'm just gonna duplicate it. Let me magnetize it. And I'll just make like a bunch of copies of this for the moment. I actually might do this every other house instead, because otherwise it's going to be a lot, and I don't really need that much for what this is. Let's do there. And then we're going to actually just take all of these, copy, paste, rotate all of them 90 degrees on the Y. That's not, did I say 90? 180. Anyways. Oh, it's because it's a, right, it's a child of this weird one. Let's do there. And we're actually going to take all of these and then just slap it behind us as well. Now, I actually ran out of houses back there, but that's fine. Now, what this should give us, yeah. And I think what I'm going to do, once I have the filter in, is I'm just going to keep pasting these backwards off into the distance, but I'm just going to stop lighting the actual, like actually stop using the lights, and instead I'm just going to either place a texture on the ground, or depending on how far they are, I might just turn off the light entirely. So let me turn off this. And for now, I'll just move salesman over here. Like right under the light. And let's just take a look real quick. So I will say the inside of it shouldn't be that dark. I'm actually going to pause real quick. Turn off my gizmos. Actually, I want to turn on my gizmos. If I bring this up a little bit, it won't light it. That's fine. So I can either do one of two things. I can just leave it and cope, or I can change its material. I don't think it looks very good right now with it black. So I actually might just change its material. So that's going to require me to, once again, do my funny little song and dance of going in here. Now, how do I want to separate these two? Because unfortunately for me, I think what I'll do is I will grab these, do a loop cut, bring it like all the way down here, and then I will grab this initial one, scale it in. Nope. Whoa, what the? Scale it in to like here. Grab this again, turn on active element, grab, nope, not you. Grab this, and then just SZ0. And then I will mark this inner one as a seam. Add a new material. Just yellow, whatever. Doesn't particularly matter. And then I can assign it. Now, I actually am unsure what they use in lamps. Because it looks like it's always just a like white texture. Maybe like a white glass? What do they use? I don't know. I'll just kind of go with it. Time to export this again. Fun. So I'm actually, what I think I'm going to do, and I think this is probably the smarter way to do it, I should be able to just open this up in Explorer and do this and then replace. Now, the reason why I'm not doing that actually in Editor is because they don't give you the option to replace it. So by doing this, I should now be able, where's that? Okay. Yep. Okay. But what I do want to do is double check to make sure it didn't import. It sure didn't. Cool. So let's go to materials, environment, and create material M lamp post reflective. And this can maybe be a tad yellow. Actually, I might make it a little more yellow because I want it to appear like it's getting hit by the light. And I'm just gonna make it pretty damn shiny. I'm gonna go with like, yeah, 0.85 should be fine. We're gonna do, come on, come on. We're gonna do that. And then let's go back to game. Huh. Okay, so maybe I want it to be emissive. Or maybe I might have to bring you up. So I think what's happening, yeah, what I think what's happening is that because the light is here, it's not going to actually hit this and act how I want it to. So instead, this will also be an emissive. I'm gonna make that feel a little bit brighter. And I'm gonna do like a very little dimmer. That does that look right? I think that looks okay. I might turn this up a little bit more. This material. Ooh, that's too saturated. I want that to feel warmer. It doesn't feel warm in the slightest at the moment. If I go to here. Okay, maybe that. I think that looks fine. I might turn both of these a little more orange. So maybe here and that's just pure yellow. So the more white I go, the more orange it gets. Or the more yellow it gets. So I might actually want to like get it really reddish orange and then just turn up the intensity. And then bring it back a bit. Now it's way too orange. There we go. And actually this should be less orange as well, because I'm super indecisive, if you couldn't tell. Does that look about right? I think that looks about right. Cool. There's our lampposts. I honestly I might go to prefab, and I think I might just shrink this thing down. Uh-oh. What if I do that? Yeah, that looks fine. All right. Is there any other street thing that I would want? So I guess I would probably want to have the sidewalk, because this is going to be a repeating chunk over and over again. So I kind of want to have that repeating chunk done. So let's go to Blender, save this, and I'm going to make a new one. Get rid of all this. I don't need this. Get rid of my cube. I'm immediately going to replace it with another cube. Should I do a plane? technically, I probably should do a plane. I really would prefer not to. Because if it's with 4 vertices, it'll just kind of go on forever. I should do a plane. I really should just do a plane. Alright. So, this is 2 meters. How big am I thinking? Let's see. So this is 10 units across. And I think I should probably like double it, if I'm being honest. That way there's some backyard, but not enough that I couldn't just like build a fence around it. So let's do that. Let's do about 2. And then how big of a space does like a single house take up? Technically 4. I'll do... That doesn't feel right. Is that right? It might... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. That's why. It's because it's divided into 2. So actually, this is... What, 100 units? So 100 meters by 20 meters. I might make it 100 by... No, I think 100 by 20 would be fine. Do I want much space between the sidewalk? No, 100 by 30 would be maybe a bit much. Because that's that much space, and I don't think I really need that. I'm going to go with 100 by 20. Sure. Uh, 100 meters. Goddamn. Okay. And we're gonna do scale Y. I'm gonna scale that down to here. 0.2. And then from here, so I want to have a sidewalk on either side. And this should be even. So what I'm actually going to do is I think I will add a mirror modifier to this. Let's see if I remember how to add modifiers. Modify, here we go. Mirror modifier across the X. Okay. So actually, I think what I want to do, let's delete that. I'm gonna add it back. Plane. We're gonna go with 50. We're gonna move it over 25. And then we'll scale it on the X to Oh man, I can do math. I need to change my key bindings for OBS. I don't want until I stop doing it. I get the clown nose. I deserve it. This needs to be 0.4 because that's 20. Yeah, 0.4. Add modifier. Mirror modifier. Now, we go into edit mode. If I were to grab this, no. Interesting. I've usually had better luck with the mirror modifier. What if I added another plane? No. Okay. Alternatively, I could stop being an idiot and instead get rid of this, go back to the plane, just click on the plane, and just center it. Because I can just work on half of it. I don't need to actually mirror it and have it be one big chunk. I can just load several chunks. Is that more efficient? I don't think it is. Well, it only has an extra... Yeah, it's fine. So, how wide is a road? I'll guess and say 10 meters. So let's add a loop cut. Let me add a loop cut, I guess is a better question. Oh, I saw it. Come on. Okay, weird. There we go. Let's do... Let's see. 3 for now, and I can edit it if I want. Let's do 4, actually, because that actually perfectly gives me 10, which is what I was looking for. So, from here, I actually do want another one, funnily enough, and I want to grab this. And I literally just want to bring it up to here. I want to give it a little sidewalk. I will have active element, do this, Shift Z, oops, S Shift Z. What? No. Am I tripping? Or I guess instead what I can do is SY0. That's a smarter way to do it. Yep. And how do I want to do this? Can I adjust what the increment is? I don't think I can. So I only want it to be a little bit, maybe about here. And then all of these, all of these, all of these. Come on. Actually, that will work. Just all of these to this height. So there's the little sidewalk. Now from here, I want to grab you and actually have a little sidewalk here. And then honestly, that might be all I need to make a road. I will dissolve the vertices. Yeah, that should be enough to get me what I want it to be. Let me mark my seams. And then after that, I'll assign my materials. Let's do dark gray for this. Here, I'll turn on my materials so I can actually see it. Sure, I'll just stick with white. A white. Oops, not shift. There we go. I'll just assign white to this, and then for this last one, I'll make it green. This one I actually might end up removing these seams, and instead I'll just Photoshop a texture together. But for now, I want to give it a green. Cool. And I actually do want these assigned, even if I do later come back to it, because this will actually make it easier to kind of tell if I got my sizing correct. So let me save this as, I don't know, street section. And I'm going to export it, and I'm going to export it to the right location this time. So I'm actually going to go in here, go to models, and grab this. All right. Hopefully there it is. Cool. I'm going to turn the lights on. Now, if I was lucky, I've pretty much just done it first try. Oh, not that one. Negative 90, and then 90. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Let's do that. Let's snap it to the 5s. So if I do it here, turn this magnet off. Let's see. Does that look pretty much sidewalk height? Sure does. Looks like it to me. And then all I'd really need to do is just take all of these. And I'll just move it up a bit. For these ones, yeah, okay, I got all them all. Cool. I didn't get any of the other side, right? Cool. So then I'm going to move it to like 0.15. Yep. And then, are these not all at the same? All right, negative 2.15 then. Oh, that's rotation. Oops. Negative 2.15. Oh, wait, I know why. Because of this. Because of you. Yeah, that's why. All right. And then I should just be able to flip this. And it is locked. Nope, now it's locked. And I should just be able to copy paste this down the entire section essentially. Now this is going to be super green. But I want to get the vibe of it before anything else. Maybe one more. Just enough that it goes a little bit past these lamps. Here, let me actually go past the lamps. Oh, right. So that's my, I forgot because I didn't include all of these under my horizontal movement. So it's actually going on kind of under the hood of this. Because I actually can show you. So this is an endless hallway. And games have different ways of doing it. The way that I'm doing it is every single time you move a set distance, the entire level will actually shift a little bit. Now, you can really tell that is happening right now because my lampposts aren't set in a position that you can't tell. So I actually might put it at every house. Or I might just need to shift them because I forget where exactly my cutoff point is. And let's see, if I go this way, is it any more or less noticeable? Yeah, it's the exact same. So I actually, here, if I was to grab all my lampposts and shift them one house over. I'm curious if this fixes it. Because either I just need to add a lamp or I need to adjust the distance that it's jumping. What I also need to do, frankly, is change this hierarchy because it's terrible. But I'm going to put that in there as well. I'll leave the street section for the moment. It's not that big a deal. But now that I've moved the lamps, if I do this, do they jump properly? Still no. So I do actually need to have it move. So where is my script? I think I have it hard-coded at the moment. You shouldn't do that. This should be a variable. It should, or, well, it is a variable, but it should be a serialized field variable. That way I can actually edit it in editor without having to do this every single time I want to adjust it. Hee hee. Let's see. Please autofill. I'm a lazy guy. There we go. Private. I'm doing it as an int, which should be fine. Private int jump distance. And let's set it to 30 at the moment. And we'll then replace these. Now, I don't actually know if that's the correct distance. I'm just kind of guessing. If it's still off, ooh. Do you want to know why? Because I'm a silly guy. And I still have magic numbers. Do not, in fact, use magic numbers. So now that I'm not being silly, that should work. I love waiting for Unity to load. There we go. Now the real question is, did I actually set my distances correct? And the answer is no. No, I did not. So it looks like it has to be 40. So let's do that. Let's set it to 40. Yep, I'm going to keep my clown nose because I keep hitting my number pad despite knowing that it's going to change my avatar. Yeah. Now, mind you, that's not smooth at the moment because you can see once I hit a certain distance that it moves the whole thing. Or sorry, that was a stupid way to phrase it. It moves the whole thing in a way that it means that you can see the gap move, and that's not great. But this means pretty much every other house is going to be your house. And what I actually want to do with that script is have it essentially loop sections outside of your house. So, for example, I want to only start looping past this point and then past the other point. Because right now I'm looping past my house. Well, let's do that now. I'm live. I want this to look good. It's art, quote unquote. So what I'm doing right now is I have it on this, and I'm simply checking. Yeah, so how would I want to do this? So I'm currently checking if the player position minus this is greater than the distance, or if it's less than the distance. But if I compare that to the origin, or actually, I could actually just do oh no, I can't. I was gonna do math absolute value. Oh no, I'll do this when I'm actually in a coding mood. This feels like a bad idea to do this when I'm doing more art stuff. My brain is not currently in a dev mood. But yeah. Oh, let me actually, this is why I did it in the first place. Let me actually check if my sidewalk feels like it's the right height. And if I can step up on it. I didn't step up at all. That's a little odd. Why did I not step up? Let's see. Oh, step offset. I don't want a step offset. Maybe 0.05. That's probably what did it. And I think it's floating now. Oh, magnet. Let's try that. That should actually get me that step up once I get onto. I should get just little tiny. No. Am I tripping? This was from an older project. Let me. Whoa, not. Come on now. Work with me here. All I want to check is if this thing is going up. James, you silly, silly little man. Guess who didn't put on my mesh renderer, or my mesh collider? We're going to slap mesh colliders on this. Now, mind you, this geometry is actually so simple that it would actually more than likely be better for me to just make two big box colliders. If I add a basement, then I will not be doing that for obvious reasons. But for now, I just want to test the height of it, and the height will do. Now, I should actually, for real this time, go up. Ooh, I can't actually step up onto it, though. Here, one sec. Am I floating off the ground again? No. Did I set my wrong? Yeah, I did set it wrong. That should be 0.3. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I just needed to step away for a moment. What was I testing again? Oh yeah, the little bump. Yep, perfect. This time I just gotta not be stupid. Imagine. Anyways, now I think the question I need to ask myself. Sorry, my girlfriend just had to yell at me. Let me see. I don't want this to be too much wider. Oh, why is the plane in there? Come on, James. Get out of here. Oh, cool. Of course I did it that way. Lovely. Thanks, past me. And of course, I had to have this open, so I couldn't just do this. All right. Does that look better? Yeah. That feels more normal.
Fuck.
Let's see how this looks. See, the one issue now, and I can actually trick this with some force perspective, but there is actually an issue now. And that is that all of these will now look way further apart than I want them to. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take these and turn this off from this pivot point, and hopefully it actually does pivot. It doesn't. Okay. So what I'm going to do long term, so I think right now it's going to get messed up if I do it, is I'm actually just going to angle all of these inwards. I'm going to kind of fake it at the moment. But something along these lines. Let me turn the lights on. So if I do this, oops. Let's just fake it for the moment to about here. That actually looks almost worse, actually, weirdly enough. I think I definitely need to just angle them when I parent this properly, once I have the house model. I'm not going to mess with that too much. But I want that to feel like it closes in a lot quicker than it actually does. The other thing, and this one will actually be a bit harder. So let me grab my house. Oh, I don't want to move the house because it's supposed to be in line with everything else. Hmm. So what I want to do is make the driveway. And then after that, I'm done with this model. So, do I have any guidelines? So, a little bit past halfway. So I can actually probably split this into 4s. So let me do this. Wait, that only... I might actually only need to do it here. Let's do 4 and no offset. And actually, I can dissolve. I believe this one. Yeah. So dissolve vertices. Oops, nope. Dissolve face or edge. I am not in the right mode. Dissolve edge. And there's one tiny one here. Perfect. Now I need to remember how entrances to driveways work. Which, if I'm correct, wants to be the median point, scale these to maybe about here. And then on this face, I want to do a loop cut, maybe about here. And that should then allow me to do this and this with the knife tool. And let's see if I remembered how to do this correctly. So we're going to go back to active element. And we're just going to have those auto merge. We're going to do the same over here. And now we actually have that little roadway up. Oops, I have too many. One of these two. If I hit GG, do they both follow it? They don't. That's a shame. Is auto merge not on? Auto merge is not on. So let me actually just redo this. Now that should be good. Test. Cool. And same over here. Now that should be fine. Yep. Now, I do want to check. Can I... Yeah. So I want to do
Just
this.
no.
And then just to make it clean for the UVs, I will do SY0, and now I got a clean line there.
Just
And I'm also gonna, I think I'll also scale this on the X a little bit. Not from the active element though, because I keep forgetting. So I want this.
just
She's just licking more and more.
sorry.
What's he doing? Is he being a licker?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. That should look good. So now I'm debating whether or not I want this to be something I make a single texture for and then just slap it on top of it through Photoshop, or if I want to make each of these have their own material. I think having fewer materials is typically better, but not doing that is much easier. Also, this is a bit too scaled. I'm gonna do more like that. Yeah. Honestly, this is such a simple model that I think I'm just gonna do a single texture. There's no reason. No. Mark clear seam. There really is no reason to actually have this be, what, 3 textures? So let's go to UV editing. We're just going to hit all of them. And we're just going to... I'm actually just going to unwrap them from a projection. So... Do I remember how to do that, though? Am I blind? I feel like I'm blind right now. Where is the UV unwrap? It's not going to let me UV unwrap because I don't... Oh, okay. So all it is, I think, is just this. Because that is the edge of the sidewalk. But I can just do that. And now I got my grass, my sidewalk, my road. So let's go to stock images. I'm gonna do maybe free pics. And let's do road. Road top down. I want one of these, but with just white lines. Preferably. I could color correct that one. Actually, this one might be... Oh, is this premium only? Wait a minute. Oof, okay. Here, let me see if, what free ones do they have? They don't, unfortunately, they don't seem to have a very nice dotted white like they do for everything else, but this will honestly be pretty easy to just not have it be an issue because I can just take this top half. So I'm going to download this. Can I get sidewalk down? I would prefer more of a texture. I would, ooh, bricks might be nice if I can get a nice repeating one, but these don't look like they would repeat nicely. Would this repeat nicely? Doesn't look like it because where it ends and begins. Actually, it might. No, you can tell because this one has different colors at the end. Give me a nice repeating texture or just, oh wait, don't want, let me get rid of that. I don't want full bricks like that. Maybe if I could get like the big slabs, that would be kind of nice. I guess it's fine if I just get this, to be honest. Maybe if I can get maybe a darker color. If there is one. If there's not, I'll stick with that. Let's see. No, let's just grab that one. We'll grab this one. And then just grass. Um, let's do... This one won't loop well. This might do okay. Let's do these. Actually, wait, I don't need them to loop. What am I doing? I'm silly. I'm doing Photoshop. Do I want to choose a different one, though? Actually, I don't think I do. think this is fine, to be honest. Alright, let's open up GIMP. And I think I'm gonna kind of start with this, actually. Actually, first, I want to drag these down. I want this to be a little more proportional to what it is. Because I don't want this to be stretched too much, if at all. So let's grab this. And we'll bring this into GIMP. We will scale this up. To, I don't know, maybe 1,000. Oh, sorry, 1,000. Where's the... That's not what I wanted, because I forgot that canvas sizes don't move. Canvas size. 1,000. Let me actually undo that, because what it didn't do is lock it. Because I forgot to hit this button. That's 10,000, James. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now let me move this. And I'm actually going to scale it again. So I want to make sure that this and this line up. Then I'm going to move. Actually, do I need it to move? Oh, I do need to scale again. Because yet again, I did not... Okay. There is my outline. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab those pictures that I have from my downloads. Let's grab this one. Let's scale that way, way down. Ooh, that's huge. Okay. Let's do that so this is like 800. Where'd it go? You like, there we go. There we go. Yeah, okay, wow, this was really, really big. We're just gonna keep doing that, actually. We're gonna do that a few more times. Because I want this to be like that. And can I rotate it? Shift R, 90 degrees. That's better. And now I can do this. And I'm going to scale it one more time. Undo, unlock, so that we got that. Not going to save it yet. Then I'm just going to keep repeating that process. So where's my sidewalk? Concrete texture. Convert it. And yet again, it is huge. And so we're going to just scale this guy down. And I'm going to undo all of this again because I am silly and I didn't. There we go. So actually, what I think would be better, I'm going to undo this, undo. Instead of scaling this, I'm actually just going to move this to here. And then we're going to copy paste it, move it. And then if I'm remembering to do it correctly, we're just going to add that as another layer. And then now we're going to bring in that concrete. We're going to zoom way out. And we're going to scale way down, maybe about here. And we're going to move it to this. And we're going to place it under this layer. And then finally, we can add in that road. It's also probably going to be massive. Sure is. I'm actually going to put this above so I can see it. But if I do the same thing again, where I just scale it way, 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 way down. Still way down. Yeah, probably about that size. I might honestly repeat this image because I could go smaller. But I am going to rotate it 180. And I'm actually going to scale it again because I want it even smaller than this. That's not... Oops. Reset. 180. Lock it in. So I want this to be even smaller. So that's the halfway point. If I do this, so that does run into the issue of there not being enough space here, but if I just move this up and out of the way, so I want this to be pretty much exactly halfway through, so like that. And then I just copy paste this a bunch of times. And then we just grab this and move it over. Is that not actually the halfway point? It should be. Uh-oh. See, that's not good. That's not what we wanted. We're gonna do, first of all, we are going to we're gonna flip this. Horizontally. Then we're gonna move it we're also gonna zoom in like a lot. Because I want this to be pretty much perfect. And then this I also need to adjust. And then how much space is there? That's more space than I want it to be, unfortunately. So we're going to scale this again to 200, 300. That seems reasonable. And then same thing here where it's 200, 300. That doesn't look like it'll be enough room though. But for now, we're going to grab you. We're going to bring you over. And we're going to bring you down to about here. And then we're going to grab the other one. And we don't have enough room. So I'm going to scale them up again because I am crazy. What should I scale these up to? It's because it still needs more, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to do 320 scale and then 320 scale. Because otherwise it's just going to get obnoxious at this point. So, anyways, hopefully this is the one. And it looks like it will be. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that I can actually really see where the pixels are. And it should have reached the end. And it looks like this last one is going to be a little long, but I think for our purposes that's fine. But that gets us to where we wanted it to be. Now we're going to go to these ones and we're going to scale them also to 320 just so everything's even. I don't think I locked that last one in, but it's fine. And then we're just going to move it. It does look like there's a bit of a gap there, which hopefully won't come back to bite us. If that's the case, I might just move this over a little. Or I could decide to be a little goofy with it and literally do it again. And just do this. Now this actually does a good job of exposing where the gaps are. So I'm gonna flip this real quick. Rotate. And I'm gonna move it so that this is in between. And finally move this up. And move this up. And then we're going to move these beneath all of this. And then as well as, where is it? This one. And I might need to scale the grass down even more, and probably the pavement. Actually, I'm going to do the pavement now because I can already tell that that is like massive. So Shift S, and we're going to do just make it smaller again. Actually, let's just do let's do this. Why don't we be a bit smarter about this? If we do that, and then scale. Yeah. And even this might be like weirdly big. So let's export this to our texture folder. And I'm going to do the kind of the same thing that I did in my materials earlier in the stream, where this is all salesman. And this can all be shoved in here. And we will create environment. And then we will copy this path. And that's where we'll export it to. Does it not? Let's do ground PNG. Is it not going to let me do that? Okay, well. Let's just go through to repos. We can do this manually. We don't need to take up more space just because I'm lazy. This is me convincing myself that I don't want to do that. Did it just mess up my layers? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay. So, a few things for cleanup. First of all, I'm gonna import this properly. So where did I put my model? Yeah, I should not be importing materials. And from here, we're going to save this. And we are going to export it. Selected object, mesh. And we're going to just send it. Yep, cool. So it has our little dip now. And if we're lucky, I should just be able to make a new material, and I will rename this properly in a second. I should just be able to do this and slap it on. Ooh, it doesn't have the right offset, which that's an issue. Oh, is it still... Wait a minute. It's still segmented. So that's the main issue. So let's... Right, because I have multiple materials. So let's just get rid of this. Enable remove material slot in edit mode. Oh. Hee hee. Let's just do that. And we're going to export it again. I keep forgetting that, like, when you export it with a set number of slots, that's just what you get. So now, it does seem to be looping in a way that I was not expecting. But if I was to decrease the tiling, oh, that's detail, not 2.5, wrong one. This is the Y. If I do it to 0.5 and then offset it by 0.5. Is that correct? Not quite. So this might now be an issue of I should go back into Blender. Because if this isn't getting me to what I want it to be, then there's just going to be issues. So actually, let me go to Blender, go to UV, and I'm going to select it. And we are going to add a new image. Oh, no, not create a new image. We're going to open up our ground texture, which actually, it might be easier if I instead went to textures, and I think I can just drag and drop. Yeah, let's look at it now. Yeah, so pretty close, but it did overshoot it here, as you can see, and that's why it's looping. so we got a few things that we want to touch up here. The first one is this needs to go up here. That should be exactly on there. And then we got to grab these lower ones and do the exact same thing. I might need to also grab this, yeah. And then line this up here. And then we have to do this. Actually, if this is the right width, then actually all I need to do is drag this here. And then let me double check this here. Maybe 1 pixel up. I could go a little further down if I really want to get specific with it, which I kind of do because I'm just built like a weirdo. Okay, let's do that. And we get to export it again. Yippee, yippee. And now I should be able to set this to 1, to 1, to 1, or actually to 0 here. And if I did it correctly, we should see it. Ooh, it really warps there. Do you see that? That's interesting. We're going to take a look at that. So that is more likely to be an issue. Here, let's take a quick detour and just go here and just add ground here, just so we can actually see this in Blender before we export it. Because I'm done messing with this. So let's go to UV. Let's see if we can do it by projection. And see how this looks. The first thing we've got to do is we've got to scale it up. And then we'll take these, bring it over here, and over here. Now these ones are annoying yet again, because of course. And then I have to select them and drag them over a little bit. And actually I need to widen it up to about here. And again to about here. Now, does that have issues? Now, they're stretching here. So maybe I want to grab this and this and unwrap angle based. Those are huge. Wow. Okay. So we're going to first rotate them. Going to make sure they're 90. Now we're just going to scale them down. And these don't need to be perfect by any stretch of the meaning. So here. And that doesn't look as bad, but it could look better. So let's actually scale it this way a little bit. Let's do there. That looks significantly better now. Now, the thing that I'm worried about is actually how well this will line up with the driveway. So one more time, I'm actually going to do this. I want to actually make sure that this is perfect, because then if I need to edit the geometry, it means that my UVs are fine. Okay. Hopefully this is final time and I did a good enough job lining up my driveway with where I'm planning for it to be, but I also am planning on doing a level design stream tomorrow, so if I need that to be a bit better, it'll be fine. All right, slap it on here. It is ever so slightly off. Assuming it doesn't mess with the textures too much, I'm going to very quickly go into edit mode. I'm going to grab all of these, and on the x-axis, or GX, oh, I'm not in edit mode. I was, but it wouldn't. Hey, guess who was hitting caps lock again? Okay. And just about here. And hopefully this is the last time I ever need to export this. Export, check. And that goes right in. And hopefully... Ooh, okay. So there's an issue that I hadn't considered. Where because they're rotated, it now means that those aren't going to line up. So how do I want to go about this? I could do it in here and do a few things. So one, those looked really, really thick. So let me get in here. And we're gonna do a few things. One, we're actually gonna select all of these, and we're gonna go further down. We're gonna go like here. And then what we can also do is we can select these edges, and we're going to bring it to halfway. This one's a little cut off, so like halfway is probably here, halfway there, and unfortunately we're going to be losing some details here, but it's fine because of the fact that we will actually have this be symmetrical. Now, I was eyeballing that, so there is also a decent chance that this still does not line up. Yep. It is closer, though. Ooh. See, now that's worrying, actually. Because it means that, it's stretching. How do I want to go about this? Is there any actual detail on these lines? No. So we're going to undo that. We're going to export it. And instead what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back to GIMP. And we're going to make our own lines. Because it is not worth it to keep messing with it. And then we're going to grab this one. Is there any, it's going to pop up in yellow. Nope. And we're going to grab this one. And now we are going to, with a pencil and a square brush, if I just do, yep, it's already white, cool. If I was to do this, cool, all right. So I think the best way to do this is to actually just paint a big block. Paint another big block. Oh, actually, I need to move this because you can see that yellow, and I don't want you to see that yellow. Do I need to rotate you? I probably should have made these like actual proper layers, but I am lazy. Can I get a grid over this? Is there a search? Oh man, please give me a grid. Would it be in measure? Probably not. No. View? Can I get a grid? Show grid. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go back to pencil. We're going to make the size tiny. Little smaller. And if I erase this, oh. Does this erase everything or does it erase? Of course it erases everything. Color erase. I'm really careful, would I be fine? Yeah. All right. So let's do it by 4s, maybe. So 2 and then 4. Oh, I need this a bit smaller. This is still okay. Well, one moment. Come on. That'll be fine. All right. Now maybe I should have counted before I did this. However, fortune favors the bold. Except no, it doesn't. It'll completely mess me up. I know it, but that is for future me to deal with. Actually, you know what? This is stupid. What am I doing? I can do this a better way. Because I should simply make a new layer among my many, many layers, which I am aware is a problem, and no, you cannot stop me. Okay. Let's do this one more time for real. So we're going to turn the size up. We're going to increase this ratio. We're going to make sure it's white. And even more so. Yeah, I just want to get this one fell swoop. Let's do... Oh, nope, not color erase. Hee. Normal. Let's do a line. And then we're gonna go way down. Smaller. A little bit smaller. That should be fine. And now we're gonna erase. So I'm gonna hope that going by 4s will be enough, and if it's not, we're gonna go back and adjust. But I have a feeling this will be fine. And we should be just about done. Assuming all went according to plan, it should be even. There is a little issue. Oh, it's odd. Oh, of course it's odd. That's gonna kill me. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 times 8, 64 times 4, 256. Is that 256? It is 256. I have 257. Oh God, is 257 prime? That would kill me. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die kicking and screaming. Okay. So I'm gonna lose it. Of course, of course. Here, let's finish this up. Let's erase this. Ugh. That's just my luck. If I move this whole layer, and if I scale it down like a little bit. I'm going to scale it down a little more. So actually, I could just use this unlock and scale it this way. I do need you not in the way though, please. So if I can scale this to about here. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And then I gotta move it up a bit, and hopefully I don't. Come on. Okay. Hopefully, and I'm praying. No. Did I export my Blender? Well, also, this Blender is not quite even. Really? How? Did I mess up somewhere? Did I just not count? Am I stupid? Four, 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 four. No. I don't get it, man. Am I blind? How is this not? Oh no, it totally is off. What? I'm gonna lose it, guys. It's gonna drive me insane. I I think this might be my Joker moment. So, how does that make sense? Okay, so right here is the center point, but I need it to be like, oh God. So I was centering it based off of the scaling when it should be scaled based off, should be positioned based off of these lines. So this will be fun. By fun, I mean I'm going to lose my mind. Chat, I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt my soul. I might just have to redo this. I'm going to be honest. I might just have to redo this. Because, like, mm-mm. So, this is the halfway point, or it should be. Actually, I can't tell. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. So it goes like 613. What? What is the scale for this grid? 10? It's 10. I feel like I'm too small-brained for this. Oh my God. What if I scale this whole thing? What if I just didn't? Like I could just make this nicer for myself. There. Now it's 600 pixels. And I think that gets rid of my extra block. So for real this time, I should be able to just do 4s. And if that's not the case, I'm going to riot. Honestly, I should not have been spending this much time on this, but now that I'm here, I can't stop, and there's no one here to stop me. So this is my life now. This is what I've chosen to do. Oh my God, cool. Oh, it's actually even now. Okay. Export to ground. Please. Good Lord, how is it worse? That doesn't make sense. Wait, what's it look like in Blender? Let me bring in... Let me drag in ground again. Maybe it changed. No. No. Am I just stupid? Chat, I'm just stupid. Oh God, okay. What if I did it by fives? 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, and 5? No. What if I do it by twos? Make this smaller, make this bigger. Or actually, wait, reverse that. Like, what if I just did that? What if I just 2, 2, all the way down? And we're gonna clean this up in a minute, but like, I just need to see it. I just need to see it because I can't do math right now. I'm not mentally capable. And so you guys are just gonna watch me absolutely wing it because I literally cannot be trusted to do otherwise. Oh my God, it would. Okay, so if I start on 1 but do 2s, that would work. Oh my God. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. I'm fine with that. I've been losing my mind over the last... I don't even know how long I've been doing this now. And if this looks bad, I'm not gonna fix it, if I'm being honest. Because I don't think I could mentally handle doing this more than what I'm doing right now. Alternatively, I might just genuinely erase these lines. I want the lines. I think it'll sell it better as a road, but it's just occurring to me now that this is suburbia. Not all of suburban roads have these lines. So I might have just wasted several, I don't know, hours of my life. Oh, come on. Womp womp. Oh my God. It's fine. It's fine. After this, I get to go play Rain World and hate myself because I'm terrible at it. Um, I really like that game. I think it's really cool what they've been doing. Are you shitting me? Wait a minute. No, okay, that's what I wanted. I'm just a silly little guy. Export to ground. How? No, seriously, how? That doesn't make sense. That actually doesn't make sense for how that's not aligned. I don't get it. What? That can't be right. Let me re-import this. Am I going crazy? Has this not been exported? Am I insane? I feel like I'm actually losing my mind right now. I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it. It doesn't matter.
Josh. Stop.
Export. I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that. It would look nicer, and I don't even care. Oh, there's a crack in between them. That's obnoxious. Is it like literally 0.1 off? If I did 49.9, is that still there? It is. And same thing here. It's still there? Huh. Am I just always gonna get that? One sec. Is that a texture issue or is that... Oh, it actually seems like it's the opposite. Wait. Oh, it's a texture issue, not a... Okay, that's fine. See, that I'm okay with. Because all that means is that this is slightly too high. And now I can just export this for like the 20th time this stream. And it's gone. Cool, that's what I wanted. And the sides look okay. Yep, okay. So here, just for the sake of a screenshot, let me do this. And I'm going to take all these lampposts and I'm going to move them back. Because I need to adjust my script anyways, so it really doesn't matter. And back in the game. Okay. So this does have a little bit of an issue, but I can just add a floor to the house. And let me grab a screenshot from my patron. Because he is giving me money and I need to reward him with screenshots. Let me actually quickly slap these textures on. I think that should be good. Yeah. And I keep forgetting to hit maximize on this, but it's fine. All right. I think I'm gonna call it for here. I got 2 models done, starting to fill out the environment. We're gonna be doing level design tomorrow, and that'll be a bit more interactive. But I think I'm just gonna call it.